Now, only things that matter should be in your resume. And when I say things that matter, I mean things that matter in the context of the job you are targeting. I do not care that you saved the world with Y2K. Most of the people reading your resume don't remember Y2K. Most hiring managers want to know what you have done recently, not what you did in 1973. The current best practice for resumes, whether in the federal government or the private sector, is the last 10 years. That could be 8 years, it could be 12 years, but 10 is a good goal. And think of this from the hiring manager's perspective. Who do you want to hire? Someone that's doing the thing now or hasn't done it in 20 years? If you're an IT person, I do not want to see Lotus 123 on your resume. If you're an emergency manager, you shouldn't still be talking about Katrina when we have had Harvey, Irma, and Maria. So it's really important that we focus on your most relevant and recent experience. I am also a big fan of using some kind of skills summary or qualification summary at the top of your resume. If you do this well and you integrate the keywords for the posting, as an HR person, you can sell me at hello. If you're using that at the top of your resume and I can see you're qualified, there's pretty much no reason for me to read the rest of your resume. I also want to remind you to include awards and certification and professional training. In your resume, these are usually worth a point or two, and I hate to leave any points on the table. Now, when I'm talking about certifications, I don't need to know that you're a real estate agent or a notary. That's not relevant to your job. And in terms of professional training, I don't need you to tell me that you took the I promise not to share my password with anyone training. I want that stuff to be relevant and I want it to be recent. And if you haven't taken any training in the last 10 years or you haven't gotten any awards in the last 5, then don't put dates on your awards or your training, because it doesn't do you any favors. If you are going to use the resume builder, you need to pay attention to the character counts, spell out your acronyms. Everywhere I go, every career field has acronyms. Sometimes there's the same acronym to mean multiple things in the same agency. And so, again, think of who your reader is. Your reader is HR. They don't know your acronyms. So think about, here's an example that I know exists in APHIS and veterinary services, FMD. So if you're a veterinarian, FMD could be foot and mouth disease. But if you're an accountant, FMD is Financial Management Division. We need to make this stuff clear for our readers. We talked already about using no personal pronouns in your resume. And I want to mention as well, in terms of achievements, how do you know what you've done? Every single one of you should be writing a self-assessment or an accomplishment report or something similar every single year, whether your supervisor requires it or not. every single one of you should be writing a self-assessment or accomplishment report as part of your performance management process every single year, whether your supervisor requires it or not. No one cares more about your career and your development than you do. So we all need to take ownership of this.